welcome. So today, I kind of decided to make a bit of a tribute episode of sorts. So, oh, I know what I can do to give you guys a hint. Let me stand up real quick. That's right. Today, we're going to talk about probably my favorite current wrestler, AJ Styles. Stay tuned. AJ Styles, man, where do we start with the man AJ Styles? I was about to say the man that gravity forgot, but then that's that's Neville's, and I think that's Ricochet's nickname now. But early on in his career, definitely early on in his career in TNA, you could say that could have been his nickname too, because the dude was just insanely phenomenal. And like, I'll probably towards the end, I'll kind of definitely go deep into why AJ Styles is one of my, if not my favorite wrestler of all time. The dude is just cool. I hate to sound like I'm a big fan, even though like when it comes to wrestling, all I am really is a big fan. I can talk all these words, say all these names, but I am a big fan when it comes to wrestling. I would say I hated my girlfriend there. So we're not going to edit that out. I'm in love with her. But even just going into AJ's time in TNA, you could say the dude's name is synonymous with this TNA Impact Anthem, whatever you want to call it. You could say that it's synonymous with that brand in general, because like, I'll give you, just look at this thumbnail. Impact, classic moment. Like, I feel like if you ask a lot of wrestling fans, like, what's the first thing that pops in your mind with TNA, they'll either tell you, like, X Division, which AJ Styles was involved in. They might tell you Kurt Angle, which AJ Styles had great matches with. They might tell you, I don't know, but, like, AJ was, I kind of lost where I was going with this, but AJ is definitely, like, the cornerstone, if not the focal point of how Impact became big. It definitely was a big group, but you could say he was one of the four pillars, with it being him, I would say Christopher Daniels, Christian, and Kurt Angle. That's who I would say is the four pillars. We can argue that, but dude was just insane. He even had, if I'm not mistaken, I think even today, it's TNA's only 5-star match, with it being Adam Breakable, AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe, which, if you have not watched that, please go give it a look at, because everything is such a good match. Like, I know a lot of people, like, always complain about like, oh, like the fast paced bumps and all that. I can kind of with like fast paced. I do like more so storytelling, but I feel like there definitely was even story in this match, even though it was fast paced. And like, it was just so smooth, and like all of it was like, it's like watching a Fast and Furious movie. I would say the first one or the fifth one. Just like fast paced action, and in a good way. Like, it gives you enough time to kind of absorb what's happening, but at the same time, your eyes are like constantly like just going here, there, everywhere. But yeah, it's just so damn good. And like I say, like, that's not even, in my opinion, that's not even his only 5-star match in TNA. You had him versus Abyss, which if you haven't watched it, please go watch that one. Just pick a Kurt Angle match. Pick a Christopher Daniels match. And oh my God, AJ Styles versus D'Lo Brown. Like, he was truly phenomenal before he got the name the phenomenal AJ Styles. Like, even, I feel like this with him being how great he is, he might argue that, like, his older matches weren't that good. But like, to me, being a 22-year-old fan of pro wrestling, you couldn't tell me otherwise. If you ever told me that AJ Styles wasn't always the GOAT in some way, shape, or form, bad. Like, I don't know why I did, but like bad. Like no, that's even a sheep. I don't even know what sound goats make. I think I'm an idiot. Jesus Christ. It's Saturday. So I'm 22. I'm supposed to be out there at bars and pubs having fun trying to pick up women, but I'm here to talk about wrestling on the podcast. But hey, it's fine because there's no place I would rather be. Speaking of this podcast, if you haven't, why don't you go down there, like the video, go and like my other videos, subscribe to the channel, check out my older videos. But hey, while you're also at it, check out all the other videos. It's a great channel. I'm pretty sure you guys would enjoy it. But going back, AJ Styles and TNA, just what a run. Like I swear, dude was just top tier GOAT talent. I know what you guys are thinking, like, what is he doing here? Well, me being the idiot I am, I forgot to plug in my laptop charger, and it just told me it was about to die. So I'm not even gonna like try to edit this out or pretend, because I like believing in a raw, I guess, television, no pun intended. But all right, now it's charging. I didn't want it to die because I would have been so pissed off. We're only like 6 minutes and 4 seconds of the video. I would have been hella mad if my laptop died while I'm talking about a man so phenomenal, pun intended, like AJ Styles. So let's kind of go towards the end. So you could say towards the end of his Impact run, TNA, it might have been a little bit lackluster, and I felt, and it kind of AJ Styles went on the record to say that they were trying to pay him like a 40% decrease of what he's usually been making, because Impact was having like hard financial times. So like he left, but I'm not gonna lie, like he kind of proved even more how phenomenal he was leaving Impact, because he went to New Japan, which, if you know where I'm going with this man, in my opinion, elevated the Bullet Club. Now, the Bullet Club was already big and heavy in Japan because you had Prince Devitt, aka Judgment Day's Finn Balor, aka again one of the other best wrestlers currently going, and one of the greats who I feel like is praised but is still a bit underrated and unsung. I know underrated can be a very loose term, but I feel that way about Finn Balor. But another episode, we're talking about the legend of AJ Styles. But he went there. You could say like he helped. I feel like he helped kind of establish Bullet Club to what it ended up becoming even after he left. Because I feel like he just made it seem really cool, really legit, because he was putting on bangers with Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm trying to think of other people. I think he faced Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But like even he was like kind of showing like it's not just TNA, or like TNA didn't put me on a pedestal. Cause I feel like there's times where like a wrestler leaves a company they've been a part of and they go out there and you're just like, why isn't it hitting the same way it did when they were in this other company? When like the truth is, I'm not saying that they're not good, but like they were treated and trying to prove like I was an A+ talent in an A+ company that was Impact back in like 2002 to 2013. So like he was kind of proving that like he truly was phenomenal, pun intended. I'm gonna stop saying pun intended because it's gonna keep going on, and I feel like that's gonna make me lose viewers, which I don't want to lose because I love you guys. But definitely just showcase a lot of his side. He kind of showed his like ruthless side. It's like another side of AJ. So it was great. And then that stint lasted for 2 years. And as you know, this man debuted in the Royal Rumble. And let me just say, well, I do need to say this before I kind of continue on a little bit. I feel like, so for me talking like this, you might feel like, oh, like you must have been an AJ Styles fan like back in TNA 2005. I'm gonna keep a buck with you. If you go back and watch my first episode, I did not watch wrestling until 2007, 2008-ish, I want to say. So no, and like even you're like, oh, but it was like TNA and AJ Styles first wrestler. No, it was Super Crazy versus Umaga. I think was like my first match. I think Big Show was on the card, and I didn't even find out or watch AJ Styles. So I want to say maybe like 2012, 2013, 2014. I think it's just because I was like I was a big fan of watching wrestling highlights. So they'd be highlights of pay-per-views. And I clicked on TNA one, and it was AJ Styles versus somebody. I just remember being like, oh, like he's cool. He did like the shooting star press plancha, and I just remember thinking he was cool. But like, it's just I was like, well, it's not there to be like, would love to be a fan of this, but it's That was my mindset back then. I didn't get into AJ Styles. I want to say 2016, like early, like weeks before he debuted in Royal Rumble. I was like, bro, this AJ Styles dude is cool. He's part of Bullet Club, dope. And I became like a follower. And the next thing I know, he shows up at WWE. And before you say, oh, so you must have been really happy watching Royal Rumble. Nope, because my ass was broke. And I used to get my results of pay-per-view matches by going on Wikipedia. So I was like, oh, let's see. Roman, Rusev was number 2. Number 3, AJ Styles. Like, it was mind-boggling because I just became a fan. So like, I was like, dope. Like, now I get a chance to really like become a fan of Hunch Down. So as you know, in WWE, again, he proved he was phenomenal. He put on banger matches. AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns is such an underrated feud, in my opinion. I'm glad that there's rumors of them running it back again. You also have him versus John Cena. Let's pick a match. AJ Styles versus John Cena, Money in the Bank. You can do Battleground where John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass versus the Club. You could do their SummerSlam match or Royal Rumble match. Hell, you could do the Fastlane match where it was like them and like 5 other people. They don't miss together. You can even pick this match, No Mercy, with him and Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. Now, like, the point is, like, again, like I said, when he went over to New Japan, he proved that he was an A+ talent in an A+ company that, like, that just so happened to recognize that and treated him. He kind of showcased, and it definitely helped me connect to him more as a fan, because it made me go back and look at like his old, so even like Ring of Honor, like I was going way back. I was even looking at some of his WCW stuff, and it was great, to my eyes, and even still is to me. Like, he, of course, he wasn't on the same level, but he was still really good in my opinion. But and even if we want to talk about current AJ Styles, like I know it sounds like I'm going in the past a lot, which I am with AJ Styles, but does this match ring a bell? 2020, and this man gave us an incredible clinic with Daniel Bryan during COVID, where all of us were worrying about if we were going to be alive as a nation for the next year. You got that insane AJ Styles hit on Ricochet. You know what I'm talking about. Suplex, throw him up, bounces off the ropes, grab him. Ooh, you can even go look at AJ Styles versus Mustafa Ali versus The Miz. That was like a month ago, and even Chef's Kiss, even that one was good. AJ Styles is phenomenal, and if you don't know, now you know. I'm not going to finish it for obvious reasons. I'm trying to get monetized off these, but I guess in closing remarks, AJ Styles he's just phenomenal. And I'm going to come a little bit from the heart on this one. Watching wrestling, I'm not, I'm a big guy. I'm not trying to brag, but I am a big guy, but I'm not exactly like the biggest. Like, I'm only about 5'8" and 3/4. I'm not super tall. AJ kind of shame, and I feel like he kind of just proved, like, if you're going to work hard, kind of give it your best, be open to the unknown, go off the deep end a bit, that you can also accomplish your dreams or do whatever, even if the blueprint wasn't exactly made for you. And just, I very much strive off of people who go by that method and go by that logic, because I feel like, especially nowadays with social media, so much negativity, mental health, you can forget that really anything is possible. Like, anything is possible. You can do almost anything you put your mind to. Like, and I feel like he's definitely someone I look up to as a wrestling fan, but even as a 22-year-old man, currently trying to find my own path, currently trying to do stuff that has never been done in my family or hasn't even really been done by anybody. But I kind of just want to prove to, whether it be someone older than me, someone younger than me, or even someone who doesn't exist yet, that anything is possible if you work hard, if you believe in yourself, and if you're willing to go off the deep end and unknown. So with that, let me close the video by saying thank you, AJ, and you will always and forever have a lifelong fan in Desmond Penn. And I'm just going to say this part, not because I'm trying to take this outside, but Desmond Penn, your host with the most charisma, the most, who's in charge of the best podcast, not in America, not in the world, but in the universe. I can't believe I forgot to do my own damn catchphrase at the start of this podcast, but it's whatever. I guess you could say AJ Styles is so phenomenal. He gave Desmond Penn amnesia. So yeah, thank you. And again, thank you to you guys for watching this. I'm kind of going with the shorter video format. It's definitely a bit more time efficient for me. Can be very busy outside of this podcast. And again, I hope you guys just enjoy the show and everything about it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, even put down maybe what wrestler you want me to highlight. I'm definitely going to do this again in the future. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you have an incredible week. Thank you and Godspeed.